Hey, welcome. That's the third day in a row I've done that. Uh, but yeah, we're here waiting on a Dalmatian. I was busy over there in the Pound Discord trying to get that set up. It's +3. There we go. Yeah. No, I know exactly what I done wrong. Hey, what's up, JT? Yeah. So what I was saying at the beginning is Najee Harris and the Eyepatch meme, right? Like a lot of people are talking about it. Um, and then Chad Candle's stream earlier, I was asking people if they knew why pirates are associated with eye patches, and nobody nobody knew the answer. But while we're here waiting, I will kind of go. I'll explain that it's not a big story, but so the reason pirates actually wore eye patches was because when they would go raid, because they did all their raiding at night, right? So it was actually an advantage. Like they kept the eye patch on their eye so they didn't get light sensitivity. And then they would swap the eye patch to the other eye when they went to raid at night. So they had more vision than the other people. So like it was actually an ingenious thing of why pirates used eye patches. It wasn't just a funny thing because they lost eyes. So it's a little bit of random information, random trivia there. Like, kind of neat. A super cool little story. Like, I don't remember where I found that out. Uh, I'm not sure what y'all think, but what's up, Jamie? JT? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that is fantastic. Like, we had uh like who would have ever thought that, right? Like that pirates were thought ahead that far. I'm assuming it happened by accident. Like the first time, it's like, why do you see so good at night? And it was the clown that just wore one to make fun of his captain, right? It's like, oh, I don't know, it just works. I just see better at night, Like uh, but I don't know exactly how it came about. I just know that that is why they started wearing them and why it became a thing. Uh, which is really neat. Um, so we are waiting on two. This is a Dalmatian. I hope it's not too bad of a room. What's up, Nick? Welcome. So while we're here, I still have it up. We can just kind of look through some of the drafts that I've done today. Actually, yeah, let's look through some drafts I've done today. Um, Quinshon Judkins, the latest I've seen him go is 114. I got him at 102 in a draft. Might have been this one. Yeah. So this one, 2682. I really, really liked this draft. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Chuba, Quinshon at 102 is running back two. Like, so if you look at the draft board here, I did not want that to happen at all. But even Tyrone Tracy had went. Like I could have pulled Scadaboo. Like Scadaboo got pulled all the way up. I almost just did that instead. ETN went, who I don't even really like. Jordan Mason went ahead of Aaron Jones. Like, so I had to have somebody. So I took a shot there. Um, but the team ended up being Hurts, Prescott, Chuba, Quinshon, Tootin, Eckler, Shipley, Jarquez, and then CD Lamb, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin. So I got weak. So the interesting thing with Washington is they actually play the entire NFC East all the way through the playoffs. So that's pretty easy to remember. I hadn't noticed that until I did this draft where I have both the Cowboys and the Eagles. But it is very neat. So Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, Josh Palmer for a bring back as well, Jalen Tolbert way before ADP, Adonai Mitchell, and then Laporta and Ferg. I think that's perfectly fine. Need to turn that off because I will not be able to pay attention if I'm hearing any kind of sound. Also, for those of you who are not aware, at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be over on the Fanspeak Network. And we will I'll be on there with Steve. I'm not sure what we are actually going to do, but I look forward to it, and I love drafting anything with Steve pretty much. And speaking of that, like, they did release a new contest today. I'm sure most of you guys are degen enough that you noticed. We have the rookies and sophomore team contest. I'm actually not a fan of this contest with the way it's set up. 44,000 entrants, 4-person drafts, but 150 max. So it's a $750 to max tournament. This is fine, but so you only get 1/4 of your, like, a little, what is that? 250. So you get a third of your money back to get to a finals, right? You get a team to the finals. You only get 1/3 of your money back. Instead of all of it. 44,000, like 150 max. Rake is normal-ish. I want to be into this contest, but I don't really like the prize breakdown at all. Like, you only get a third to get to the finals, and first place is only 20,000. Like, yes, it's a $5 entry tournament, and there's only that many entrants. But the 1 of 4 advance, like, makes them, you have much better advance rate. So, like, if you do 150, we are still waiting on 2. Still waiting on 2 for the Dalmation. So I will bring up a calculator real quick and figure this up. So it'd be 150 multiplied by 0.25, which is 37. And then that's so you basically have a 1 out of, it's almost a 1 out of 2 chance. If you max it, you should get 50% of the time you'll get a team to the finals, if my quick math is correct. So you're not even expected to get as many teams as, like, if you were expected to get 2 teams to the finals, that would mean, like, I might be okay with the big prize and the only getting 250 to get to the finals. But, like, I'm not really a fan of that payout structure at all. And if I'm going to kind of not play BBM that often because of its structure, I'm probably not going to really, like, I might throw a couple, like, 4 or 5 drafts in that just for fun. But I'm absolutely not going to take it seriously. And I was looking forward to that contest. I don't know what it's been in the past. It does probably need to be like 4-person pods. I think the 150 max, the idea is a lot of fun. I think the 150 max, like, is the problem I have. Like, I think if it was like a 20 max and or even, I think it was like a fit. Hey, we got Sacrilegious in here. So let's look at the names. We got Winky Christ, got Buttnut 69 here at the 5-hole, Sacrilegious. We got the 8-hole. I love the 8-hole. I might be able to grab Puka here. Might not. I love this spot. I really, really do like this spot. So last year's $150. Wow. That seems a lot. I don't know if it's yeah, that's kind of I think it's a like the contest itself is awesome. I don't like I think the $5 price point is fine. I just maybe I wish that it had like I think if you get to a finals, you should get your money back. Is basically where I'm at on everything. Uh, if you were to max the contest and you get to the finals and you don't get your max entry back, I thank you, Coolers. It's really good. He called Loveland to Bears or something. I heard a lot of people calling that. I wasn't a big believer that that would happen, but and I did some messing around for visuals. Puka goes early there. Do I want to hedge CMC on this contest or not? I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with Neighbors. If I get another pick back here, I might go ahead and do the hedge with CMC. I think if there's a player that you want to like make a good stand to fade on, um, and they are at or around their ADP, and you want to take them in a high dollar contest, being able to leverage by that instead of taking them in many drafts is a solid way to do it. Um, but and with the 4 of 12 advance, like even if he gets hurt, as long as it's not for the season, it's probably still a really good pick. I was kind of hoping in one of these tournaments, I kind of am hoping to get Derrick Henry in one of these picks for that exact reason. Because I'm only fading Henry because I love the players around him, but I have a lot of the players around him. So there's that. I would really like to. London was another one that I'm slightly underweight on. I would love to get him here. When the world is over, you mind screenshotting the board and posting on when this is over. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I'm also low on Almon, but we're not going to get Almon here. And I'm not that worried about the Bowers. Like, I will absolutely take him. I guess we get Almon. All right, we get. I'm super happy with this. There we go. AJ Brown gets pulled up. This is exactly what I wanted in this. I wanted to get one of the players that I don't have a lot of that I still respect, like an Amon Ra, like a Derrick Henry, like a McCaffrey, to be able to leverage my plays a little bit. And I'm very happy with this. Yeah, it's a very fun spot from the 8 start. I really do like the 8. Like I would have taken Lad if Amon Ra would have went. I have several Lad neighbors teams, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's see what Sacrilegious is doing. He's got Puka and Lad. I've got several of those teams as well. I love those two players. So I'm going to assume no, this isn't a hedge draft. But like I was hoping to get so I don't really want to hedge entire drafts against my portfolio. I like throwing 1 or 2 players that I might be hedging against into a normal draft for me. Do we take Devonta or do we take Brees here? I kind of like taking Brees. Nah, we're gonna go Devonta. We're gonna go straight off the ranks here. I think we just go straight off the ranks. Make sure we're in two offenses that are good, like are definitely good. Maybe the people over here aren't as high as I am on Amari and Hampton. Maybe they don't pull them up. Maybe they do. I don't know. Hey, if you're just coming in here and you are not and you have not smashed the like, I would appreciate it. Yeah, I really like this. I feel like not taking Adams there and taking Brees, like I think I want to make sure that I do. Like I love the running backs that you can get at the 5-6. So I was actually planning on taking Lamar here. So Sack is doing exactly what I've been talking about, how I'm starting to pull Lamar into the middle of the third over and over again, just because you can get the Lamar Zay Flowers at the 5th really, really easy now. Amari and Hampton goes at 36. That's unfortunate. McBride go. All of the tight ends kind of went around where they normally do. I mean, I'm not planning on making this a hedge draft, but Kyron Williams may actually be there. I really don't like that. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can take Kyron there. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take DJ Moore. I'm fine with that. I'm really kind of out on Kyron. If this was Ladd, I absolutely would have taken Kyron there. But because that's not Ladd, and I got the drop on Amon, like I'm not overweight on DJ Moore, but I do like him some, right? So I think this is perfectly fine. So through 4, we have Malik Neighbors, Amon Ra, Devontae Adams, and DJ Moore. 1.7 is not a bye week, bro. 8, absolutely not. Yeah, well, I have 2 bye week 8s. I mean, there's a lot of powerful, like a lot of the early picks are bye week 10 and bye week 8. So there is that. I was debating between James Cook and DJ Moore and Xavier Worthy. I do really like Worthy, like to even be here still, but I don't know. Like, I think here I wanted to do this. Caleb Williams, like, I have less Caleb Williams than I really want in my portfolio. It's highly unlikely that Caleb Williams goes on the left side of this board. So, or the left side of me. And if Rome is available at 65, I'm like almost definitely going to take him. And that'll lock up Caleb. So like I can pretty much lock up Caleb at 104 unless they want to overdraft him by taking DJ Moore here, right? So I would really like, I wouldn't mind getting some Caleb. I don't have like no Caleb, but and I have a bunch of Joe Mixon. Yeah, I think you need to apply for bye week. Oh, so something else I was going to say is I'm going to focus in on week 16 a little heavier on this contest. Sack does not take the he doesn't take the Zay Flower stack, which is interesting. He took Joe Mixon, who I was planning on taking there. So one thing that I was saying is that I'm kind of wanting to focus a little more on week. Why is this being so laggy? Week 16 more like because week 17 like it's only 23 people, and if I'm gonna like I don't really care that much about correlating any of this, but if I'm gonna lean into any direction, it will be week 16 because it's a one of five, one of eight, and then a 23 person final with a 4 of 12 advance. Um, yeah, absolutely. So I actually need to log into a slow as well. Um, that was another player I was. Yeah, Coolers called this guy out at the beginning of the draft. He's taken all of the players that I love. Like this is absolutely a draft that I would have. Like absolutely. I don't really want to take RJ Harvey here. What do I want to do here? I think Harvey's fine. I think I don't think Harvey's going to be that great early in the season. Um, but I think he could be really good at the end. And with the 4 of 12 advance in the Dalmation, like I am more willing to click him. I still massively prefer. I still prefer Travion Henderson over RJ Harvey straight up. Like I think it's silly that Harvey was ever going ahead of Travion, but like even before Dobbins signed, like I thought it was a little nutty that Travion was going after RJ Harvey. What's up, Nick or Tyler? And not okay, 2v2, huh? I was reading that and shouting that out and got a little confused. So through 6, we got a nice little fall on Almon. We got Malik Neighbors, Almon, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Alvin Kamara, and RJ Harvey. I'm hoping a certain player is here at 80. Yeah, that's exactly how I look at it. And with the way this contest is set up, like with I believe it's 1 of 5. Yeah, it's 4 of 12, 1 of 5, 1 of 8 with the 23 seat final. Like correlation matters, right? Because if you're correlated and that team hits, you just score more points. But it doesn't matter as much as like a BBM where it's 1 of 13, 1 of 16, where, yeah. So Pacheco goes all the way at 74. I was hoping Pacheco would make it here. I'm very curious to see where Quinshawn goes in the $100 draft with all of the news going on. We can just reinforce this position. I absolutely love Steph Diggs this year. I have zero problem reinforcing this. I love that. I absolutely love that pick. So let's see what Sacrilegious is doing here. He's got Puka, Ladd, Lamar, Cook, Mixon, Montgomery, Pollard. That's very, very strong. Like I'm probably not going to take another wide receiver for a while unless the board is just completely cooked by the time it gets to me. I don't think he's done at running back. Like in this contest, I don't think he is. Because securing a floor to me is much more important with a 4 of 12, and then you only have a 1 of 5 and a 1 of 8. Like guaranteeing the floor and then finding spikes later kind of makes a lot of sense for this specific contest. The board just didn't happen to fall in that way for me. I am kind of wishing I'd taken Brees over Devonta. So we'll get one of these two players. I'm not out on either player, but I don't have a lot of either player. Like I've got a position on Jordan Mason, but yeah, we'll take B-Rob. Another bye week 12. Yeah, as Steve is saying, I don't think hyperfragile makes sense in this kind of contest. Yeah, because the point of hyperfragile is you're basically leveraging against the massive field that you have the best value at running backs and that you got the best running backs, and you're just going to get there in volume at wide receiver. So, like in this contest, it's only a 23-person final. Like literally anything can happen in the last week, right? And you don't have to beat that many other teams. So even being unstacked is reasonable here. Yeah, he went ahead and just took the 5th, right? Like what? Like that's exactly kind of what I think you should be doing. And like what I was saying earlier about me, like I got Neighbors, Almond, Devonta, DJ Moore, Steph Diggs. I'm probably only going to take one more wide receiver, and it's probably not going to be till a little bit further down the board. I'll probably end up with like 7 running backs on this build. That's my plan, is to end up with like 7 RBs. And just I feel like my floor is very high at wide receiver right here. Like even if Steph Diggs isn't fully healthy to start the season, like I have plenty of wide receiver. Like I'm not relying on him, right? So, which is something else. Like I think players like Brandon Ayuk is a little better in this contest because it's easier to push them through to the playoffs. But you have to build a much stronger team overall. All right, so we were talking earlier. I didn't see where DJ Moore or where he went, but we're going to go ahead and just lock up Caleb Williams here. Get that DJ Moore stack. I feel reasonably good with Kamara, Harvey, and B-Rob as my anchors. Harvey is a little thin. There's definitely some players I'm going to want a little later, but yeah, I think this is fine. This is fine, right? Almost like making an eliminator team. Yeah, that's kind of how I view this. I like 6 wide receiver quite a bit. It depends on what all is going on. But yeah, I do really, really like 6 wide receiver teams in certain spots. And with the advance of this, and like this guy is literally taking every single player that I love. Like I was kind of hoping to get him back. Not that worried about it. I don't really think you need to stack your quarterbacks here. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not really that worried about it. Scattaboo went earlier than he does in most other contests. So I was hoping he would fall back to 113 because I see him go at 120 now all the time. That was my plan, is to get one of those 2. So now we'll probably just take we'll take Mark Andrews. I'm pretty big on Mark Andrews. I have him rated about 8 picks before ADP, and he was 7 picks after ADP there. So I do not mind that at all. Mark Andrews as the lead for a 3 tight end build feels pretty good to me. What's the is that? Oh, was he 3663? I think multiple BBM winners has been 3663. I mean, it's all based on capital, right? It's 6 wide receiver is the same theory as going robust RB, right? Like going three in the first 3 rounds and then 1 in round 6 or whatever, right? Like you're taking a lot of capital to specifically be thin at that one because you're strong. And if something bad happens, you just lose. But it increases, if nothing bad happens, it increases your chance to do very well. Burden is his first pick where I'm out more than in. Yeah, a lot of very sharp people are on Luther Burden, and I cannot get there. I cannot do it. I have a very hard time. Where is JMO right here? So this might be Fields, JJ, Goff. Like, I don't plan. I specifically chose not to take Goff here. I will take him if he comes back, but like, I don't love Jared Goff. But my pick is one of those two, assuming that happens or not. There we go. We'll take Colston Loveland. I think Loveland is I would flat out take Loveland ahead of Luther Burden at ADP. Like, I think Colston Loveland's ADP should be higher than Luther Burden. I think Colston Loveland will score more points than Luther Burden this year. And yes, it's a onesie position, but like, Burden can fill one of your three spots. Like, I get that, but I think I think Loveland's just a better click altogether. Hey, well, what's up? Oh, speaking of that, we are very close. We might actually hit the 253 sub goal today. After this draft, I'll go over. I actually have to buy. I think I'm just like, for the blindfold draft, I think I'm just going to buy a sleep mask because they do the same thing. And I found something pretty funny that I might use. So I put it in my Discord. I'm going to do a little more digging and possibly do something like that. So quarterbacks are going very, very early here. I think I just go ahead and I need some of this. I'm just going to take a couple quarterbacks late. I'm going to lock up some secure some points at running back here. Caleb, am I happy with just Caleb Williams? Probably not. And the naked Goff, like, it makes sense when you're just trying to secure your floor for points. I'm not upset about it at all. And he has the David Montgomery stack as well. So do I love only having one quarterback here? No, but they're all going very early. And I think taking Rachaad White there allows me to do kind of whatever I want with these next few picks. Yeah, and I agree. Loveland's the cheaper bet. And I know there's some people, like, I know Bestball Guy is huge into Luther Burden. Maybe. I'm pretty sure he's not out here spite doing any, like, I don't think he's out there taking people on spite on a $100 draft. Like, I know he can do any draft he wants, but like, I don't think he's out there doing stuff like that. All right, we will look at the board. We'll go ahead and just snag Matt Stafford. Got the little stack here. They play week 15. I don't mind that at all. I have Bryce Young rated well above Matt Stafford. But like, not like 10 to 15 picks. Like, I'm fine with the. So Matt Stafford's one of those players that I really like this year because I think their offense could be top 5. And if their offense is top 5, like, I think they're definitely top 10 and they could crack top 5. But if they're top 5, Matt Stafford is very underpriced, and I have I think 13%. I had 14% Puka, like 13% Devontae Adams, 26% Jarquez Hunter. So, like, being underweight, like even a little bit on Stafford, feels wrong. So I was really hoping not to have. I was very much expecting one of the other guys to come back. I think I just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I think I just go ahead and take Sam Darnold there. Uh, I don't like. I don't love Sam Darnold at all there. Like, I really, really don't like it. But we need to make sure we have quarterback points. We have a Bears double stack. We have Stafford with Devontae Adams. So for anybody who listens later, we got a 3-4-5-2. Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold. Running backs, Kamara, RJ Harvey, Brian Robinson, Rashad White. Wide receivers, Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Steph Diggs. Tight ends, Andrews and Loveland. I don't love my team, but I think it's fine. Absolutely nothing has went right in this entire draft. Like, every player that I usually can get at ADP has went like 6 or 7 picks before ADP. All of the ones I like. Like, I was hoping to leverage a little bit with Pacheco because he generally goes somewhere more here. And you get him to fall reasonably often. Drake May went unstacked, which I fully understand. Like, Drake May should probably be 10 picks earlier than he is anyway. And I was going to just take Drake May where I took Caleb Williams if Caleb Williams was gone. The only thing I could have done differently is if I would have taken Jared Goff here instead of Andrews. But I still think that the Andrews pick was worth giving up on Goff, honestly. I really do believe that. So we'll go ahead and take Wan'Dale Robinson here. We'll get a little bit of a team bet there on the Giants. And then we could be done at wide receiver. Probably not. I definitely want at least 2 more running backs. I think I will be done at wide receiver, honestly, for this contest. No, I can't be because I don't know. I think Almon, Devontae, and DJ Moore is fine enough for a single week. I think that's survivable for a single week. Good value on Andrews, where he's going. He's going to make up for his blunder last year. I agree. May should be ahead of Baker. Right. And, like, to be honest, like, I have so much Drake May already that it's not that big of a deal to not get him here. Because I already have a massive leverage on my account, like on him being good. I don't like doing the Darnold. I kind of wish I hadn't taken Darnold. But we are already here. We'll take Miles Sanders, I think. I'm still pretty big on Miles Sanders actually going to win the job. Maybe I'm crazy. The one positive to this, the 3 bye week 14s, is I don't have a bye week 14 here. And I do not have a bye week 14 at running back either. So I feel like that's perfectly fine. I don't see how Darnold outscores Rodgers in 2025, but I like both. I don't really either. I just wanted another guy, basically. And I just took the next one in ADP. I'm kind of out on both of them, honestly. You won't do a puppy. I'm not going to do it during my Dalmation. You're right. Yeah. Like after the Dalmation, I was planning on doing my last mini Schnauzer, but I could do the puppy too instead. For my team, you like Darnold? I love building teams with high upside in these contests. Shoot for the moon. Yeah. Like, I think I'm fine just stopping at the 6 wide receivers here for sure. I might have. The only thing I think I think taking Jack Besh here over Darnold and then just getting a different quarterback later would have made more sense. So, but there's a lot of running backs I still like available. Where did Judkins go? I was not paying that close of attention. Judkins went at 94. That's a lot earlier than I would have been taking him in this contest. I mean, I got to take my boy, right? Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We passed on Kyron. We're going to double down on that bet and take Jarquez Hunter here. Kamara, Brian Robinson, Rashad White, Miles Sanders with Jarquez Hunter and RJ Harvey. I could take MVS. I do like MVS a lot, and he would fit the team. I do have another plan, though. Which I don't think anybody's going to like the plan, honestly. It will be the first time I've done this entire season. Like, it will absolutely be the first time that I do this. But I'm thinking about going 4 quarterbacks here. Dart was the one I really wanted, though. But Shuck does fit as well. I think I'm just going to go with the 4th quarterback. I think that's what we're going to do. That's the very first time I've went 4 quarterbacks this year. But I hate this quarterback room, so I think I'm just going to attack it with volume. So the team, a 4-6-6-2. Y'all can make fun of me. We got Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold, Tyler Shuck. Running backs, Kamara, Harvey, Brian Robinson, Rashad White, Miles Sanders, Jarquez Hunter. Wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Steph Diggs, Wan'Dale Robinson. Tight ends, Mark Andrews and Colston Loveland. I do not agree. I do not think I was fine with 3. I hate everything about that quarterback room. Like, I didn't like it at all the entire time. He does. But I do think that Shuck probably adds more to this team than Sam Darnold's the pick that was bad. The Sam Darnold pick was bad. I fully, that's where I messed up. The Sam Darnold pick should have been Jack Besh. As I said earlier, I almost did that when I was on the clock. I think that's what that is the mistake. I honestly thought there was zero way, and I hadn't looked. But yeah, everybody was wanting to go 3 quarterback. I'm not sure. The Saints offense scoring 17 points. We don't know, right? I do have Kamara, so it is a mild stack there. I don't like the team. We can go ahead and be done with that. This is, yeah, we don't know. Like, I do not like Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold. Like, to me, Sam, like, I shouldn't have, like, I hate Sam Darnold this year. I shouldn't have taken him at all. I did it because of the hedge thing. I do not like it. I don't think he's going to be starting at the end of the season. The reason I took Darnold purely was so I could take Jackson Dart, like, as my fourth. Like, whenever I took that, I was expecting to take Dart for the Malik Neighbors. And that's also why I took Wan'Dale Robinson. If Hunter wasn't there, I was just going to take Dart there. I probably should have just taken Dart at 200 instead. I don't like the team, but the fourth quarterback should help it at least advance some. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it is time to redeem myself and to do a puppy 2, since that is what people are asking for. And by people, we mean the one person. And we will be entering a puppy 2 in 10 seconds. It's literally been like every year. Like, everybody said CJ Stroud was trash. I was in on CJ Stroud. Everybody said that Bo Nix was trash. I was in on Bo Nix. And we pretty much instant filled there, by the way. So we got the 102. Money Mike at the 101. I don't know if anyone else is here. Is this Larry? Who is... Which one are you, Donation? I guess I don't know. Are you Money Mike? All right. So this draft should go better. I hope it goes better. C-Knock must have been in the last draft as well. Yeah, I do not like that draft that I just done at all. Like, literally every player I like at ADP went 4 or 5 picks before ADP. So I got the Amon-Ra fall, but I don't like Amon-Ra this year that much anyway. So, like, for me specifically, like, if that was Nico, I would have absolutely loved it. But since it was Amon, like, yes, it's a good hedge on my account, and I wasn't going to turn that down. Like, I absolutely wasn't going to turn that down. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset about it. But then whenever I get a player that I don't take a lot of, I personally want to hedge. Like, that means I can just take every player I love all the way down the board. Because now I got a more unique team to my portfolio, especially in that. And with getting that unique start, and then none of the players I like came back at any point in the entire draft. Like, at every single pick, every player that I like above ADP was gone. All the way down the board. There wasn't a single pick that I actually liked what was on the board. Except for the Mark Andrews. The Mark Andrews one was the only pick that I liked what was on the board. So, like, I just hated every moment of that draft. Like, pick 17 felt pretty good. The rest of that draft felt just awful at every point. Like, I figured Hampton wasn't kind of going to make it through, but, like, even Tet, who's been on the left side of the board the entire time, was gone. Kyron Williams didn't go. Like, that's the first time I haven't seen Kyron Williams go by pick 40 in a long, long time. And that's the first time since the NFL draft that Kyron Williams was actually number 1 on my rankings. And if I'd have taken Kyron Williams on that, I would have hated that draft even more. Because I wouldn't even have, because then I would have had Jared Goff instead of Caleb Williams, and I'm out on Caleb or Jared Goff as well. But Victor says 252, one more sub, and we get to the blindfold draft. I do have to order the thing, and then we have to set it up with PPR Tyler. And what I was saying earlier is, so I found, like, I was just looking for like a regular blindfold, and it just kept showing me sleep mask, which makes sense, like just a full sleep mask, right? Like you can't see through them, so why not, right? No, I just hated the entire draft. Like that's what it came down to. I really, really hated the entire draft. So, and like, just like the biggest mistake I made was to putting Sam Darnold on that team. I have zero faith in Sam Darnold. I know you're supposed to draft like you're right. And I do like MVS, but when my number 2 quarterback is Matt Stafford and my number 3 is Sam Darnold, I just don't feel safe. Like I don't feel like that's good enough. That's probably going to be the last 4 quarterback team I do in non-superflex as well. Like I basically shouldn't have, like, I should not have taken, man, I got something in my eye. Sorry. But I should not have taken Sam Darnold. Like that, for me having zero faith in him, like I just should not have done that. Every time I drafted Darnold, yeah, like I should have taken Jack Bech there, and then I would have, in round 17, taken Jackson Dart, and I would have felt a lot better about that. A lot better about that team. And then I wouldn't have had I've been trying to get my Tyreek Hill up. But yeah, like I wouldn't have taken Wan'Dale Robinson. So the triple 14 thing wouldn't have mattered. Like basically every point of it was just not great. And like I said, zero of the players I liked came to me. Steph Diggs did fall to me. I do like Steph Diggs a lot there. That is one of the only other picks that I liked really liked at ADP. Like I don't really love Malik Neighbors this year at pick 8. Like I massively wanted either Puka. I wanted Puka to be there. Because Puka a lot of the time is there at 8. So, and I do like the Devontae Adams pick as well. So, but anyway, back to the sleep mask. But I basically found a bunch of sleep masks that are like cat mask and stuff, like animal themed. And I was thinking for the channel, like, if I could find one that's an owl, I would probably just wear that. Just do a little like cosplay with it, right? Like make it fun, like be a little silly with it. Why not? Like I think that could be something people would enjoy, assuming I can find one, and assuming it's not like way more, like if it's over like $30, like it's something I'm going to use a single time, right? Like I'm just not going to do that. But most of them were like $10-20, like that's fine. But if it's expensive, I'm out on that as well. AK015, also, I did not shout you out. You were also part of the Who Crew. Welcome to the draft. Yeah, and I know there's the injury guarantee. That's why that right there is the exact reason why I wanted the 4th quarterback. And that's why I wanted it to be Jackson Dart. I didn't look at – I think the Jackson Dart drafter, I'm pretty sure, was the person who took Scadaboo, who I also expected to be there way after ADP because that's been the trend. Hampton, like I understand why Hampton wasn't there. Like he should be like at no point should Hampton have been on the left side of the board. He should have always been on the right side of the board anyway. So there is that. And this will probably be, I don't know. No, I'll be able to do one more draft after this one, I assume. I do want a nice 30 to 45 minutes after my stream to do some things before I go to Fanspeak Network and join Steve O Speak for that. So I'm gonna probably stop at 3 drafts today, unless something crazy happens. Yeah, I am not a fan of it. Like I didn't, and like RJ Harvey, like I don't like RJ Harvey really at his ADP. James Conner, I love. He goes the pick before me, like a couple picks before ADP. Like at every point of that draft, the players I loved, except for the Breece Hall, Devonta Adams pick, and the Steph Diggs pick. At every point, it just went bad. We will see if Money Mike's allows me to do the fun thing or not. It's 90%. That will be my last draft then because I only have one more left. So we will definitely be doing that as my last draft. Sweet. We got Jalen Hurts pushed back around. We have the Tyreek Hill, Bucky Irving bring back. In that game, we have Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith with Jefferson. I like this team. I love this team. If only – also, like, I never see Lamar Jackson go before pick 32 unless I'm doing it. And Sacrilegious took Lamar Jackson early. Like, my entire plan was to, if I was on this side of the board, to take an elite quarterback. But I didn't expect Devontae Adams to be there. And, like, I would have taken Josh Allen or Lamar over, just as a hedge. Like, Josh Allen's one of those players that I would love to get a share of in the Dalmation because I'm going to be underweight on him, but he's a player I absolutely respect, right? So both of them went really early, and I could have just taken Jaden Daniels there, but I do really love Devontae Adams. Like, I think Adams should be over here on this side of the board, like where he is on drafters, which is at pick 26, I think is his ADP over there. I think that's more in line to where he should be on Underdog even. So I just thought that was too much value to pass. But if Lamar was there, I would have absolutely taken Lamar. And that kind of hurt. And that actually set the entire draft ablaze as not having one of those, like not taking one of those two elites, because that is what put me into the quarterback pretzel I got put into. I think everything else went okay. Like, yes, I didn't get players I like back, but I still got players that are okay. And players that I do agree should go where their ADP is and stuff like that. Like a bunch of players I was 6.5%, 7% on. So like that part of it I didn't hate. It was the fact that all that other stuff didn't work out. So you didn't reply. Are you, Money Mike, another donation? Let's see what Money Mike is doing. You got Jamar, Trey McBride, and Marvin Harrison. Went ahead and took Joe Burrow. Not going to chance it. Jameson Williams. I do that 1 out of 3 times. Like 1 out of 3 drafts, I just take Joe Burrow there. If I was to do this and it was a Dalmatian, I would just take Burrow probably. C-Knock here. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, T. Worthy, Metcalf. Got to like that. That's where I think Metcalf should be going, is at this corner, not at pick 40 where he goes half the time. I only got 8 in these contests. Yeah, they absolutely are. And 8 is at a pretty good number. Like, that's a pretty good pace, honestly. This room is RB heavy. Look at this. Caleb Johnson getting pulled up. I'm curious where Caleb Johnson starts going now. Like, I think what was like Quinshon Judkins skyrocketing down the board is going to push all of the Quinshon drafters into taking Caleb Johnson for the like. A lot of those players are going to be the rookie players. So I think that we're just going to see him have a meteoric rise. So we're going to go ahead and build out that bet more with the Bucks. I'm fine with pretty much any of these RBs here. We'll see if we have any correlation. David Montgomery's obviously correlation. He goes. We got Pacheco, Swift, Pollard. I'm fine with any of those three, honestly. So none of them are really correlation. We will take the Chief. When in doubt, trust on the player who's let us down 2 years in a row. Pacheco 2 years ago was an absolute smash and then missed, I think it was week 16, cost me basically all the teams I had advanced to that point. I didn't do a very much volume that year. I had 2 teams in the semis and BBM that year. Pacheco on both of them. When Pacheco didn't play, it cooked me. Like, absolutely, like, it was basically like he was one of the only 2 running backs I had healthy. And whenever he ended up not being healthy, like, it completely cooked me. And then last year he also cooked me. So why not triple down on the bet? Why not? What could go wrong? Yeah, like, that's why I took Smith first. Because if I take Smith and you take Hurts, I'm sad, but I don't care. But if I take Hurts and then you take Smith, like, it feels really bad. So I'm always going to take Devonta before Hurts. Kind of like last year, the same thing was going on where Mark Andrews was here and Lamar was around the 4-5 turn, which he did. I didn't care about 17 because I wasn't there because he didn't play in 16. So like, but like, for the Chiefs organization, like, I think he wanted to play, but they were like, you need to just calm down. And we needed them in the playoffs. So, like, from the organizational standpoint, it made a lot of sense. Like, why rush him out whenever we had everything looking pretty good at that point? But yeah, Bucky Irving and Pacheco. We got somebody who has been hurt every year and somebody people fear are going to get hurt because they're small and going to get a lot of volume. So we're playing thin. Where is the Mike Evans drafter? The Mike Evans drafter took Patrick Mahomes. Unstacked Patrick Mahomes over Baker Mayfield. So unless we have somebody else doing that, we should get Baker back, which would be fantastic. I finally did move Egbuka up in my rankings. I moved him actually above ADP. The more I think about it, I think I just, like, I don't care if I'm wrong on some of the Bucks, but I think between Evans, Egbuka, Godwin, Bucky, and Rachaad White, I think most of their offense is going to be, like, I'm going to say 85% of their entire offense is going to be between those players. So I just want at the field or over on every one of those players because I think it's an offense that could win you a lot. There are people saying that he's going to regress, and he could. He absolutely could. So ADP here. We are going. I think we're going to take Jaylen Warren. If Money Mike wants to snipe me on Baker, have at it. But he didn't. He got the Week 17 game stack there. And, like, I feel pretty good about stopping at Hurts and Baker. Well, I don't actually. I might actually do that even though it's double by Week 9. We'll see how froggy I feel later. One thing that this is not going to be is a 4-quarterback team. We are not going 4 quarterbacks on this one. That's not happening. Like, that is absolutely not happening here. But we got the Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving stack with the Tyreek Hill bring back. Justin Jefferson here and Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith with Pacheco and Jaylen Warren. Like, feels pretty solid. Doesn't feel elite, but it feels solid. Like, I really like it. This team makes a lot of sense, at least. Makes a lot more sense than my last team. The last team was a mess. So is the mini Schnauzer? So how? Okay, it's not 90% yet. It's 80% or 89%. Yeah, naked Mahomes over a Baker Evans stack. This game is beatable. Absolutely, Dirty P. Absolutely. And by the way, coolers, if you're still listening, remind me to send a screenshot of that. I don't know if there's a really good way to send a screenshot of the entire screen. Maybe the pop-out works. Is that showing? That is not showing it. Yeah, so that would work. The pop-out. Yeah, it'll be the pop-out, and then it'll have to be two different it'll have to be two different pictures as well. But yeah, I can do that. I can do that afterwards. Honestly, I go out of most drafts feeling really good about what happened because there's a lot of players that I like that go like 4 or 5 picks after their what I believe their ADP should be. And that draft, like literally everyone in that room kind of felt the same I did on all of those players. And none of those people made it around to where I wanted. And some of the players that I like around ADP, but I don't love them, those were the only ones that were available. So it's a pretty gross way to have your first Dalmation. Yeah, I'm at 19 right now. The next draft will be the mini Schnauzer, my final mini Schnauzer 2. That was the plan going in to today's stream, was to finish with the mini Schnauzer 2 final. Like this, like Rashad Bateman. Why couldn't I have got a fall like that? You know? Or the Charbonnet fall here. Like, none of, like, other than Mark Andrews, there wasn't a significant ADP, which I get it. You're not going to get significant falls, but my bigger complaint is that all the players I like whose ADP weren't that high went, right? Like, that's what feels bad about it. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I really, really like this wide receiver room. Like, I love this wide receiver room. Bucky, Pacheco, Warren. I think I just take Tyler Warren. We correlate Jalen Warren with Tyler Warren. Win all the money. Hi. Uh, yeah, you're doing 3 mini threes. I multi-tabled a couple earlier today, but it was like I would have one in round 1 and one in round 10. And then whenever they both finished, I would start one. And then when that one got I would only half of the draft would I do it. I staggered it like that, kind of gave myself a little break in between them. And I could probably get 3 at a time, but whenever I multi-table, I do tend to having my ADD and with the Discord popping all the time. It it definitely feels like I have to keep looking over and reading, and then I start missing picks and all that stuff. So, yeah, the Dalmation it's 75% filled. That's I was expecting it to be a little later. I do I probably made the mistake with Tyler Shuck. I will agree with there. That being MVS probably makes that a better team. Doubling down on the MVS or on the Darnold bet. And to be honest, the Darnold bet, just getting to the final, to the 1 of 5, 1 of 8, that's kind of to be a top 4 team in that is all I really cared about. And I don't know. I think having my first quarterback as Caleb Williams kind of also feels like maybe I needed if it was Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, and Sam Darnold, I would have felt fine. If it was Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, I would have felt great. If it was Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, and Russell Wilson, I would have felt even better than I did with Sam Darnold. The Darnold pick, the Darnold, I don't know why I done it. It was an absolute mistake. And hopefully I'm wrong on Sam Darnold and he wins me that contest. And then we could go back and listen to the stream, and the entire stream would be about how wrong I was on that whole situation. Because I'm I think it was Peppertoni talking about, I believe that with Jalen Milroe being drafted and with the contract, the guarantees that they have, I just don't think weeks 15, 16, 17 that Sam Darnold will be in the lineup. But I also don't think that they're going to be a team that's winning games most of the season, right? If I thought that they were a team that was going to be winning some games here and there, I would probably if I thought they were going to be 5-7 at that point in the season, maybe. Yeah, we'll take Jaden Blue. We'll take one. I don't love Jaden Blue here, but I don't mind it either. Did they? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't realize it. Yeah, we'll take Cedric Tillman here. All right, so the team right now, 2-4-6-1. Quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. Running backs, Bucky Irving, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Jaden Blue. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Hill, Devonta Smith, Chris Godwin, Rashad Bateman, Cedric Tillman, tight end, Tyler Warren. I actually think it's Andrew who does. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Andrew. One of them I know. I think it's Andrew that is very out on. I think Geno Smith is better at dealing with a bad offensive line than Sam Darnold is going to be. That is my take on it. I like the same kind of thing of why I'm a little more like I'm not out on the Lions altogether, but I do think the Lions offense regresses this year. Fake news, just a typo about SEA. What what are you talking about? But the moral of the story is I took a player I didn't like, and then I didn't like that team. What, the team that I have currently, or the $100 I wasted earlier in the draft? which one? The $100 I just put in the slot machine and hit go once, just let it spin, or this one that's actually well built and correlated, and I got players that make sense at ADPs. I'm going to assume that you like this one and not the other one. I'm gonna say most people don't like that last team. Yeah, this one with the Pacheco. Got it. Yeah, I do. I like this team quite a bit. And Pacheco, what is Pacheco's ADP now? I know he's slowly moving up the board. 76. But the biggest thing about the Quinshon Judkins news that I'm noticing, it's not how much Quinshon is falling, but look at every running back that was going in that area. No, like I'm putting humor on it. Like I played in many poker tournaments to where I got fished out, like to where it wasn't my fault. If that team sucks, it's my fault. Like it's absolutely my fault. I can own that, right? Like I can absolutely own that. So like I'm a lot like I was even okay like when I went in a poker tournament and I got 2 outed on the river, like losing like that $100 like not existing anymore because of terrible luck. Like I was okay with that because that's what I signed up for. I signed up for this and then I'm the one that made the bad decisions. So I can't blame anybody. Like I have to own it, right? Like yeah, exactly. Can't take and if I have a team I don't like, I don't make them very often, but I do make them. And when I make them, I'm probably harsher on it than other people are. It's the teams I like that people are harsher on than I am because it's a player take thing. On that one, I didn't love the players. All right, so we still only have the one tight end. I don't take a lot of Hunter Henry without Drake May, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Could this be my first share of Tank's? Like, oh, I have one other share of Tank Bixby. I am pretty out on Tank Bigsby as a whole. That doesn't happen. I think we do this instead. The wide receivers on this team feel really good. We'll pull Will Shipley up. I've said it before. I think Shipley will have the Kenneth Gainwell role and get the 12 passes Jalen Hurts throws to the running backs this season. That's not a real number, but it's a funny number. But well, I just willingly took Jalen Hurts and Fields. And funny you should say Mayfield and Fields because whenever I did the 13 at once, I had a team where I took Jalen Hurts, Fields, forgot I had Fields, and had Godwin, and then took Mayfield to stack, and I had 3 bye week 9s. So as long as you don't also do that, but 13 at once, like that was just me being like, I want to finish this contest, right? And I finished that contest. And none of those teams grade very well on draft or pass. I'll tell you that. And what's funny is my best team on draft or pass is actually from the German Shepherd, but it was one of the only ones I didn't do that with. So yeah, I like this team quite a bit. We got a 2.562. We got Jalen Hurts. We got Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Jaden Blue, Will Shipley. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Tyreek, Devonta Smith, Chris Godwin, Rashad Bateman, Cedric Tillman. Tight ends, Warren and Henry. So one other thing I was wanting to get at on the Dalmation, I kind of said this on other contests, which was like 1 of 10 or 1 of 6, 1 of 9 advance and stuff. I think Dalmation is strictly a 2 tight end build unless you don't take one by round. Like I think as long as you have 1 tight end by Tyler Warren, it should be strictly 2 tight ends. Because of the 4 of 12 advance in round 1, and then it's like a 1 of 5 and 1 of 8. Like I think Dalmation should strictly be 2 tight ends. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is something that that's kind of why I wanted 2 in the middle. Why I went with I love my tight ends there. I love the Colston Loveland, Mark Andrews combination. I think Andrew, worst case scenario, Andrews is the guy at the beginning of the season. He fades out, and Isaiah likely starts getting more volume later in the season, right? And Colston Loveland starts hurt, and then he ramps up at the end, right? That's worst case scenario. And as much as I'm talking about how bad, how much I hate that team, I still think that team could advance. I don't think that team was one of those teams that's bad enough that it has no chance to advance, right? If I go in, if 2 of my wide receivers get hurt, obviously, but that's something you can't account for. And I don't want to take as much Jarquez Hunter. I've been trying to take less. The Jarquez Hunter pick in that last draft, I did 13 German Shepherds. It was awful, but it was fun. They did not turn out well, but it was actually a lot of fun. Here's my question. Do you have slows going? If you have slows going, it will make it way, way, way more difficult. Because if you have slows going, that are active, make sure you clear all of, this is the mistake I made. I didn't clear we'll take a random share of Devin Neal here. Make sure you clear all of your picks that you have available on slows before you do that. Because when the slows pop up, if they're up there, it will make all of those pop up in there, right? I didn't do that, and I didn't even queue anything up. If you don't have at least 15 plus slows going at one time, are you really even grinding best ball at this summer? Are you? I don't know. Are we? Hey, I just refreshed everybody. We have officially hit the 253 sub mark. So that means that draft will be coming I will look for the prop. I don't know when we're going to be able to do it. Tyler and I generally draft at different times, have different schedules right now. Might be like a Sunday night thing. It might be a Sunday at 6:45 thing for sure. Hey, who we need guidance on rookie and sophomore. Nice. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing a lot of them because of the contest. I heard the ADPs look really, really bad. So I am going to get in a couple just to kind of look at them. I wouldn't mind having like 4 or 5 teams in it. I think the 150, I think that contest would have made a lot more sense if they would have made it like a 35 max. Like, so it's 250 or it's $200. Yeah, it's 250. So like, what is that? 25? 20? Why is my math not working? Yeah, so 150 divided by, or so no. Why did my entire mind just exploded, by the way. Like every thought I had just exploded. So 250 divided by I don't know. You ever have a thought and then everything about that thought just disappears? You ever do that? Have you ever done that? Because you just witnessed it. Everybody, you just witnessed the man have an idea, gonna say something very smart, and then just stare at a screen like an idiot. You're welcome. I know that's the content you guys all come here for. That's what you guys appreciate. I do think I think I'm just going to eat the 0 on this team at the bye week. And I think I'm going to just take one of these tight ends. Like, just take an ugly tight end here. Make sure I get something. Like, Theo is definitely the one I want. I'll take Higbee or Komet just to make sure I have 2 guys to start the season for Tyler Warren to ramp up. I think makes a lot of sense. I might just take Higbee anyway, honestly. Oh, wait, Pat Fryermuth is available. We're just going to take Pat Fryermuth. So this one, a more common build. We didn't take 4 quarterbacks. We're back on our game. Fam, we are back on our game. We have a 2 quarterback build, not a 4 quarterback build. RBs, 2, 6, 7, 3. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, both by week 9s. Just closing my eyes, blindfolded. Do not look at it. We got running backs, Bucky Irving, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Jaden Blue, Will Shipley, Devin Neal. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Tyreek, Devonta Smith, Chris Godwin, Rashad Bateman, Cedric Tillman, Diami Brown. Can't win. Good thing this isn't BBM because I don't have a rookie wide receiver. Tight ends, Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, Pat Fryermuth. We got a little mini correlation with Fryermuth and Jalen Warren. We have the Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin stack with Tyreek Hill bring back. We don't have a bring back for Buffalo. It's not that big of a deal. If you were in the draft and you would like me to go over your team, shout out. You should see how many times I do that exact thing in a day. So basically what I was getting at is the max entry should have been 5 times whatever equals 250, right? So the gigantic math problem I couldn't figure out was what is 250 divided by 5? Which I know that's an easy question, but it just right? It should have been 50, right? Yes, that is exactly where I was going, is it should have been 50. Because 750 divided by 3, right? 150 divided by 3, same thing. Like, it should have been a 50 max. And if it was a 50 max, so you could have maxed it for $250, I probably would have already done like 20 of them. Like, I would have absolutely loved that. But it being a 150 max feels a little ridiculous. And since it's like a 1 out of 2 chance. I did the math. It's like one. I think it was a little under 1 out of 2. Like, if you were to max it 2 years in a row, you should get 1 entry in. If I done the math correctly. Nobody's asking for a review, so we are going to do my 20th mini schnauzer. I have it up. We will do it. I hope to God that this is a fast draft and not a slow draft. We are entering in 10 seconds. It does say 20-second pick clock, so we are good. And we are entering now. I'm going to guess we got a lot of us in here. It instant filled. We have Bestball on call in the 6 hole, Sladen in the 5, UCF Jaguar in the 4. We got the 7, the River Rat in the 9. Clutch Cow. I like that name. We got a River Rat. We got a cow. We got a Jaguar. We got an owl. What else? Any other animals out here? I wish I could see this entire name. So this draft is basically a zoo. We got the cow, we got the Jaguar, we have the owl, we have the rat. Got a river rat? Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, so I think and back to the Dalmation again, like, I do think that the 4th quarterback on that specific team does make a lot of sense, honestly. Like, I really do. I will stand by the fact that I think that made sense with the draft capital I had and the quarterbacks I had. And the real reason I decided to do that instead of taking I don't know if anybody else caught it, but so Sam Darnold and Matt Stafford both have bye week 8 as well. So with them both having bye week 8 and me also not loving them as like I do think Stafford has a big ceiling, but there's a chance that that's wrong. And in that tournament, it's all about just advancing through, right? I think having 4 quarterbacks when your second one is in round, what round was that? My second one was in round 13, and 2 of those are the same bye week. I think that makes the 4th make more sense. And I didn't say that during the stream, but that was actually why I decided to take Shuck over MVS. But the real issue was like the Wan'Dale Robinson on top of it. Like, I was banking on Jackson Dart coming back is what I was. Like, that's what I was actually banking on, is for Dart to come back. When that didn't happen, it made it feel a lot worse. Because that made the Wan'Dale pick worse, which I did that specifically to set that up. But I didn't expect Jarquez Hunter to still be on the board. Like, the only player that I had ahead of ADP that the room didn't have ahead of ADP was the one that cost me Jackson Dart. So Like I can have a good sense of humor about how it all played out. Like I really can. I've been trying to get a little bit more AJ Brown, but I am absolutely fine not getting him, obviously. Let's do it. Well, let's have a little fun. Let's pull up Rashee Rice here. Um, I'm gonna assume. So that does pop up. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna assume I don't have any Rashee Puka teams anywhere, unless I got them at 31 here. Oh, were you? I did not mean to do that. Even it's just the concept of Wandale having lower ADP than Jarquez weirds me out. Weirds me out is the perfect way. Like it's like you look at it and you shudder. Is that what happens? Do you shudder whenever you look at the ADPs and you see that Wandale Robinson is being drafted before Jarquez Hunter? Like, just for variety. Yeah, so in these time boxes and like so on my drafters account, and by the way, if you are not subscribed to drafters and you like total points contest, use promo code WHO for a 100% deposit bonus for up to they will match up to $100. So you put in 100, they give you 200. You draft total points teams. They have a $3 mini going on right now. They will be putting out a Superflex, I hear, pretty soon, or within the next month. I've been pulling up these elite quarterbacks a lot. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of pulling up Lamar Jackson and then just taking Zay Flowers here in the 5th, if he's there. I think it's a pretty smart thing to do. Like I went from 8.6% Lamar 2 days ago to 10% on almost 300 teams. If that tells you what I've been doing. Pull up Allen if Saquon falls to 6. Yeah, I do entertain Saquon at 6. And he does fall there. Like I have moved him to 6. Like I still have Puka rated above him, but in these contests, I'll take him there. If I was at 6 and I had to choose between Saquon and Puka, I'm taking Puka. Like I really would. But in these other drafts, I think Saquon, like I think I'll just start taking Saquon there. I had a neighbor's Bucky, Josh Allen start earlier. That seems pretty awesome. I appreciate the support, Fantasy Dog. Yeah, Hampton being a staple over there is going to make me feel a lot worse about some of my teams. We're just going to take a James Cook share here. I know I want a running. I know I want Zay Flowers there. So with what's happening with all of the running backs, I think I'm going to start getting more in to taking like Breece Hall. I like this. Clutch Cow getting unique. Like I know like this contest being unique shouldn't matter near as much. It's 2 of 10, 2 of 8. But the 310 seat final still matters, right? That's still a gigantic thing. So being unique for the finals makes sense. Because you do have a better advance rate to get to the finals, right? Like if you do, let me Since I bungled that math up earlier, let's bungle up some more math. So it's 2 of 12, which is 16%, right? 16.7%. So you got to multiply that by 0.2 and then multiply that by 0.25. So if you max this contest, if my math is right, you have and I did 16.7 for my math on it, by the way. It's 0.83. So if you max this contest, you have a 0.83 chance to make the finals at a 20 max, right? Because you take the 20 and or did I do that wrong? Take the 20 and you multiply that by 0.16. And then you multiply that by 0.2, and then you multiply that by, I think I did that wrong. Let me do it again. Yeah, I did that wrong. Times 0.2. Okay, you got a 0.16% chance to get to the finals. That's what it is. So this contest, you have a 0.167 chance to get to the finals. Yeah. I did it from 150 at the start instead of the 20. So I bungled it all up. I guess I could have just taken the 150 or that number, multiplied it by 150 and then divided it by 20. But sorry for not bringing the board up. Yeah, I got 0.167% of the time. So once every 5 years in this contest, which is twice as good as getting there in a BBM. So yeah, I love this. I really like this team. Yeah, I like the Dalmation was brutal, man. Like every single thing that I like to do right now, everybody else was doing those things before the ADPs. They do like the stuff I'm pulling up above ADP, other people were doing it before me, like Sacrilegious with Lamar. And then Josh Allen got pulled up to 28. And then like none of the players I like even Tet McMillan didn't make it back to pick 41. Yeah, the Steph Diggs pick at 80 felt good. But other than that, like I think I built the best team I could have, minus the debacle with the 4 quarterbacks, deciding to go 4 quarterbacks on a whim at the end. But whatever. I still have 2 more of these, like 2 more to do. I'm thinking about doing one of them fast late tonight, like loading into a room late tonight and then just firing up a video and recording it as a video and putting that video out as basically just as my first video, talking through all the picks. And I'm also thinking about doing both of them slow. I don't know which one I'm going to do. Yeah, they really are. And so Laporta is at a range. I really like him now. I hated that pick for so long. Right, and they really and that room understood that RBs should be pushed way up. So like the specific RBs that I liked, like Travion went at 61. RJ Harvey, who's the worst click, is the one I had to take at 64 just because I really didn't have options. Yeah, Laporta, like I still don't love clicking him, but it is a good pick now. I argued and argued all the way down, to like 71. At 71, I'm like, I'm still not doing it, but I could see it. But I can't believe he started the big board at 59.60. And like he stayed there for 2 months. Laporta Bulls unite. I am not a Laporta Bull. Laporta is from a high school about an hour from me. I guess it's an hour and a half. Not that it always matters, but you didn't have one badge list. Yeah, no. I think it was all red badges, if I remember right. I think it was just all red badges. We will do Lamar Mahomes. That's why I did this whole thing. I don't think I have a Lamar Mahomes team anywhere. I do have one. So, but I think Lamar Mahomes sounds super fun. A lot of people are realizing RB should be pushed up, myself included. I have done a bunch of like heavier RB builds. Well, I think the contest matters. For Bulldog or full the better advanced rate stuff, RB should be pushed up more, right? Like for stuff like this, or for stuff with like a like the 1 of 10 advanced rate kind of stuff, I think the ADPs are fairly good. But I don't think that like the Dalmation structure represents that, right? That's kind of what I'm wanting to do. I'm going to definitely pop one in slow at some point tonight. I did not expect it to be 75% full already. Like the Greyhound is still sitting there at 95%. I wonder if a lot of the people who want to do it have already done it. You should wear a polo to match Steve tonight. I don't. Number one, I don't own a polo. But if I did, what would we do? 3 buttons? Or would we just remove a button per draft? We could theme it. And if I had one, we could theme it and start with all the buttons and then each draft undo one. I own gym shorts, t-shirts. I don't own a belt anymore. So like part of this whole thing, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this in the whole talking about this stuff, but like yeah, let's go Keon. So I did like leadership development stuff for like 6 years. Like I traveled around, did some meetings, like worked with some very, very successful people, like basically for free because what I was doing didn't pay very much. Like it had the opportunity to pay, but it never turned into that for me. And I had to shave every single day. And like doing that, I wore a suit and tie basically daily for like 6 years. Like I would go work in a warehouse for 10 hours and then I would drive 2 hours to like I would drive 2 hours one way to a meeting, do like an hour and a half meeting, drive home, sleep 4 hours, and then do it again. And whenever I drove, I had to drive in the suit, do like a little meeting. And like when all of that was done, I was like, I'm never shaving again. I'm not going to dress up. We're done with all that. Like we were just done with it. So I don't regret doing that. But like I learned a lot, and I like the people I met were amazing, but I'm absolutely not up for doing something like that again. Kind of thing. Yeah, we'll take Charbonnet here. All right, so the team right now, exactly 2,000 points. We win. An achievement unlocked. Hit exactly 2,000 projected points. I bet you couldn't do this if you tried. Exactly 2,000 projected points. You've seen it here. We done it. We achieved it. So it's a 2-3-4-1. A very weird build. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, running backs, James Cook, Travion Henderson, Charbonnet, wide receivers, Puka, Rasheed, Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, tight end, Sam Laporta. This is going to be a 2 tight end, 2 quarterback, classic 2-6-8-2 build. I don't even want to add any more players because that 2,000 points just looks so clean. Jordan Watkins grew up 10 miles from you. I've drafted with him a couple times. Debo, Ayuk, and now Juwan. Nice. That's awesome. Doesn't matter how many buttons you undo, who your chest hair is already clinging to your face. It's glorious. What you don't realize is this isn't a beard. It's all chest hair. That's actually what's going on here. It's just chest hair coming out that looks like a beard. I just crop it. I crop it really well. I know everybody believes it's a beard, but it's actually just chest hair. Christian Kirk would be perfect. Like I wanted to take Tajay Spears last time, but Christian Kirk is perfect for this room. I'm glad somebody thought that was funny. I thought it was pretty humorous as myself. Like I spend hours every day before the stream. Like I won't wear the suit anymore. No more suits. We're done with suits. But what we will do is we will crop our chest hair to look like a beard just to fool the masses. That's what we're doing here. Let the beast breathe. Math and fashion always entertains. So I know that there's some streamers out there, like one specifically, that if you watch him, you will know exactly who I'm talking about. And some others that have said similar things, but they say like we're kind of playing like I'm playing a character. Like I'm trying to play a character to keep people entertained. The thing with me is I am a character. Like I have very little care. I'm going to say and do what I want. I hope I don't offend anybody. I never intend anything rude. That doesn't mean I don't find humor in dark things. And I'm not playing a character. This is just what I'm like at every moment of every day. Man, this is hard. We're going to take Tootin. I think I need the upside at RB more than the value. This is a massive value on Colston Loveland. I promise you it would not be hard for me to offend everyone. If you heard the conversations that are normal in my group of friends, I promise you I promise you, like, it's one of those, there's never hate involved. It's all jokes, but people would absolutely be offended. For sure. Like, we will not go down anything like that. Kind of like I said a joke in a chat earlier today that I thought was hilarious, and I don't think anybody else did. But that is now in the ether. But I do think that Bayshaw Tootin was the right pick there. I absolutely love Colston Loveland at that ADP. But having James Cook, Travion, and Charbonnet, I need some upside and I need some floor still. I think I've came back at wide receiver enough. I would absolutely love to get Likely back or to get Garindo back, but those are pipe dreams. I just got a wild deal on Najee and Loveland back to back. Yeah, you did, and I gave you one of them. You're welcome. Honestly, like, this room has been pretty nice. Maybe I do get Likely back. Looks like we do. I'm perfectly fine stopping at Sam Laporta and Likely. So we get our Baltimore double stack. Definitely want to add a wide receiver. Like, this is absolutely the click I want to make. I probably bring back Patrick Mahomes with Pat Bryant way too often. Like, it's a click I make a lot. Like, pretty much, like, that's my go-to bring back. Have you ever considered one of those twisty pirate beads? I've looked into stuff like that. The problem is like beards. Yeah, beads. Like, you're talking about like the ones where like you put the beads in it, like you put the clip down here, and then you put the jewels, put like some fake teeth and stuff in it, some gold teeth, stuff like that. Make it look all snazzy. Yeah, I've definitely kicked around the idea. Definitely been a thing. I threw a Franklin on a Mahomes this morning. Yeah, I actually do. I'm not going to lie. I do Pat Bryant, then Franklin sometimes. Like, I think it feels awesome. I think it feels really good. I'm going to take Braylon Allen here. Before ADP, with this specific room, I want somebody. There is talk that the Jets are going to kind of platoon a little more than we think they will. I have a giant bet on Breece Hall. I got like 15% Breece Hall right now. I got like 6 to 7% Braylon Allen, but I'd like to get to 8% because I do want to believe that Justin Fields will have a good running game there, right? So whatever happens there, I do want to kind of be involved in it. One of the best parts of the wide receiver 4 types is injuries are inevitable and can always help them climb the ladder, and that usually comes later in the season as well. I've been squeezing in a little Troy Franklin and KC bring back. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I just do all of it. I just something else I've been doing. I've done it in several slows. Like, I could show you, but I'll just tell you. Like, I'll take a Mahomes at like 94, and then I'll just bring up Evan Ingram to 99 because I don't have much Mahomes bring back with Evan Ingram. So I'm wanting to build that into my portfolio. And shocker, Pat Bryant being one of my number one exposed players and me being overweight on every Chief this year, that's my number one Week 17 game right now. I don't even love the game, But I do think if those two offenses are good, they're going to be scoring a lot of points. This pains me. I really didn't I've been trying to quit Adam Thielen. And since I've been trying to quit Adam Thielen, he just falls to me at 170 over and over again. Are you backstacking? Oh, yeah. I did that because I have 20 picks of value difference between the two players. Not because you asked. I'd already clicked before I seen that. Yeah, Ingram too. But to be honest, I prefer targeting the Week 17 game on the Bo Nix side. I believe Rashee Rice will be the chief. It'll be Rashee Rice or Isaiah Pacheco being the chief you need if it's a chief that you need. That's kind of my perspective on that. The corner, Patrick Surtain, 2, not junior, Patrick Surtain, 2. He, I know it's actually junior, but I'm going to call him 2. If he wants to take offense to that, peace, right? I come in love. All right, so what do we have at running back? So we need a wide receiver again. God, I don't want another old. I'll tell you that. We're just going to bring up Adonai Mitchell. That's what we're going to do. My love for Noel, it's going to be coin flip. I actually had a draft earlier today that I took both Christian Kirk and Noel. So what I was going to say is, so Patrick Surtain 2 is going to, he doesn't travel to the slot. I actually looked up on PFF. He rarely, I think he had it was something nuts. It was like 700 snaps at outside corner and 70 at slot. I remember last year in the KC game, they specifically put Juju, they specifically ran Juju to Patrick Surtain's side. And basically just floated him out so they could use everybody else as they wished. That same thing is going to happen unless Denver changes that. Now, Jahad Barron could change things, but I think Rashee Rice, that is where Denver's defense is the weakest, is in the slot. So I think Rashee Rice is the player that could be the one you need for Week 17. If it's KC side doing anything, I think it's actually Rashee Rice. I think not only is he the best play throughout the season, but I think for the Week 17 game, he actually matches up the best as well. Don't mind if I do. Him being guaranteed a roster spot makes me willing to click him at an 8% rate. I do take him quite a bit with Mahomes. I think you all know where we're going here. We're doing the thing that they were talking about. And if we don't get him, we're going to rage click this guy right here, Luke McCaffrey at random. Go ahead, tempt me. You see this, and you're the real question isn't why I'm going to actually – I don't believe you'll do that, right? The real question is, why do you have 0.4% Luke McCaffrey already? Why have you taken Luke McCaffrey? That should be your real question. Not, I don't believe you'll do it. He's not going to do it. That shouldn't be your question. It should be, why does this man have a share of Luke McCaffrey? And And it would be a very good question. So basically, in the Puppy 2, or the Puppy 1, when the slows were lining out, there was a small piece of information come out on Coach Peak Index about how good Luke McCaffrey actually looks coming into this season and how he's like kind of learned a lot. And I was like, well, like, and I had a Jaden Daniels team. And I was kind of fading Debo at that point. I'm kind of in on Debo now at ADP, but I took a share in a time box on a Jaden Daniels team because I seen a blurb that maybe he'd done something in the 18th round. A single share. You know, if it's a smash pick, the rest of the team probably sucks and it didn't matter anyway, right? All right, so we got a 2-6-8-2. Quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. Running backs, James Cook, Travion Henderson, Jack Charbonnet, Bayshaw Tootin, Braylon Allen, Brashard Smith. I think we got there. Like, the start felt a little rough at running back and wide receiver, but I do think we got there. Wide receiver, Puka, Rashee Rice, Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, Christian Kirk, Adam Thielen, Adonai Mitchell, Troy Franklin, kind of the same play. Like, we have the king of olds. We're correlating olds with Christian Kirk and Adam Thielen. But putting in some youth, some guys who can run in a straight line really fast. Got to love straight line runners. And then we got Sam Laporta and a double stack with Isaiah Likely. I really like the team. If anybody wants a review before I log off, I would shout it out. I didn't really look at what anybody was doing in the room. I know River Rat got Jalen Noel with CJ Stroud. He was building out that really nice game. So anyway, we hit our 253 subs. I'm going to look to find a mask to do that, to do the thing. We'll have to figure out when we can schedule to get it done. I will be live in 50 minutes on Fanspeak Network. For those of you who do not subscribe to Fanspeak Network, go over there. I am going to actually bring up that video. I will link it in the description so you guys can go sub. If you enjoyed this, please smash the sub and the like. And if you want more, I'll be live in 50 minutes right there. Peace, everybody. And coolers, I will go ahead and screenshot that now.